All right. We are going live. Yeah. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. So, pretty sweet. We're back. We are back. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a minute here. Actually, I was gonna go continue to look for my sword. I really want to find my sword. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can find it. I'm still kind of waiting for people to begin showing up. No. So, while I'm doing that, I'll probably... Wow, that is very slow. Touch the side of the Gravelord Servant. Invade world of Gravelord Servant. I've never done that before. Maybe when, I get to... Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shitski. One sec. There we go. I'm just kind of, want to wait for my... Oh. Sorry. I always do this. I always get started with a stream and I forget I gotta do a couple things to kind of get set up, but it's okay. Nobody's quite here yet, so I got a little bit of time. Alright. I think we're all set up now. I think we are all set up and ready to go. And, I mean, I continue to play Dark Souls every day. Because I love Dark Souls. I don't mind playing a game over and over if I like the game. Yeah. So I do not mind playing Dark Souls, ever. Because it is an amazingly well-made game. I think it's one of the few, like, actual modern masterpieces out there. There's not too many of them. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's really not too many modern masterpieces out there, so celebrate the ones we have. One second. Get some space here. Oh, whoa. I don't want to die to these guys. That would suck. That would well and truly suck. Oh, wow. No way. You get invincibility frames when you're performing a parry? Because I just got invincibility frames there. I didn't know that. He literally just slashed right through me while I was in the middle of a parry. That's sweet. Huh. Cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. No, you don't. Try to turn around on me. I can hear all those guys like they're just running around up there. Kind of weird. It's so odd how enemies react to you when you're on a completely different floor. So, to anybody new who might be popping in... Oh, crap, wow. Of course I do a kick, like... That happens so often. I do kicks all the time when I don't want to. Yeah, so for anybody who might be new to Dark Souls, enemies kind of work in strange ways sometimes in this game. Like, you can be on its completely different floor than them, like below or above, and sometimes the enemies will essentially track your position even on a different floor than them. So if I was like, say an enemy is facing to the north, and I was on a floor underneath a group of enemies, they're all facing north, and I'm just to the south of them, all those enemies might turn around to face the south of them, as if I was standing right behind them. But they wouldn't move. Sometimes they just shuffle around, so they like shuffle to turn 180 degrees, but don't actually move anywhere, they just turn around. It's kind of weird. And I think that could be due to the noise your character makes. Oh yeah, I was gonna write that. I was going live. Where is my Discord? To anyone who might be watching, feel free to join the Discord. All right. Beautiful. Now I can continue. No more interruptions. Not that it really matters. Oh, wow. Now I'm at 9 humanity. I don't think I've ever had this much humanity before. It's awesome. I love it. I made some really good progress today on my upcoming YouTube video. I don't really see it taking longer than a couple more days at the most. It might even be done tomorrow. So, I'm pretty excited because it's a lot smaller than the other my first video. My first video was like an hour long, so this one's about half as long, so 20 to 30 minutes, somewhere in there. I was working on finishing all of the writing, which I did, other than just a couple things I might need to touch up as I go. And then I finished recording the first draft of voiceover. And unfortunately, just because of the background sounds and stuff, I might be recording a second draft of voiceover, because I'm also a perfectionist. It's weird how you don't really... Like, I always thought I was lazy and, like, you know, a bunch of negative things, because that's what... Well, first of all, that's what people told me for a long time. But that's because I've never really been doing things that I really wanted to do. And the second I start doing something that I actually really want to do, I'm a total perfectionist. And my standards are incredibly high. And to reach those standards, I'll put in a lot of work. a lot more than is necessary, and I have to keep reminding myself this is going on YouTube, and I doubt many people will actually see it. So it's okay if it's not like perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. But that doesn't stop me from re-recording things over and over and over, and trying to write, you know, a perfect script and everything. But at least it's a good outlet. I finally have found a creative outlet that I honestly never thought I had the talent for. And now I'm finding out that I think I do. I'm not like super talented, but I think I've got enough. I'm decent enough at understanding basic concepts that I can actually put together a cohesive video and have it be okay. And I'm happy about that. It's exciting. It's really exciting stuff. So I will definitely be posting it when the video gets put out. But if I do end up finishing it within the next day or two, it'll mean that I can actually put out a video in about a week, which is a huge improvement from the month it took me for my first one. So if I if I continue to make smaller videos about a half hour each, I might be able to put them out faster. But that is also like, I'm still pretty inefficient in a lot of ways, and I will definitely get better as I go. So that's pretty exciting. I have to remember next time that I gotta take almost like an entire day of at the very beginning of the project to plan everything out. Gotta plan everything out. Because yeah, the last couple times I've done this, I didn't have like a planning day, and now I'm kind of just scrambling to figure out, oh, what am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna have to write down a big thing, a big oh, they call it a like a script Bible or something. That kind of, it's an outline that'll just at least like tell you what, or tell me what I still need to get done, and then I can check them off as I go. Yeah, so I'm back in Dark Souls. I'm really hoping that I can get a Baldur side sword here, and hopefully it doesn't take me too much longer. It is a difficult weapon to find because it has a very low drop rate. It's about 1%, but I have a lot of humanity, so that percentage should be up quite a large amount. And then after this, I can head to the depths. Oh, oh, I almost died there. It's not like... I'm kind of wondering if I should maybe start playing a no death mode, because I can actually get decently far into the game without dying. Definitely get through a few bosses. And I love starting new files, so it might actually be the perfect way for me to play this game. I don't know. I might try it out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It sounds like fun, though. Also sounds like hell. I did beat Ornstein and Smog on my first try on level 1 I was playing. So I'm gonna play for a bit here, but I think I'm gonna get back to working on my video, because if I could continue working on it tonight, I might even be able to finish tonight. Maybe, probably not, but maybe. And that would be really nice to be able to release it tonight or tomorrow. There we go. Oh, you bastard. Oh my god, that's so annoying when they all three of them come at the same time. I can't take 3 guys at once. I thought I told you. Alright, I better not die here. Uh-oh, one's behind me. Okay, good. Now none's behind me. Alright, guys. Come and get some. Oh, okay. Yeah. With multiples of them like this, I do need... Oh no! Fuck! Oh my god, man. Getting multiples of them sucks. You know what, screw that. All right. Okay. So, here we go. Looking for a Baldur's side sword. It's Wednesday night. Started late. It's now 8:30, but I started at 8, around 8. Because I wanted to do a few things first. Including eat dinner. And, you know, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna start running at them like this, because it's way too risky. I might get 3 of them at once. Yeah, so looking for a Baldur side sword. Really hope I find one soon. Then I can move on. This is like the only really surefire way to get one of them at a time. I'm really quite excited. And he didn't die to that one. God, I'm really excited, actually. It'd be so nice to finish my next video tonight, if possible. So I might stop playing on stream in a bit. Depending on if people actually, if some of my regs kind of come by, make it by or not. If they do, then I'll continue to stream for them. If they don't, then I will probably not stream tonight very much longer. I'm cool with, you know, taking... Well, it's not quite taking a night off because I will still have stream for a little bit. But not going for as long as usual could be a good thing for me. And if I finish my video early, I can play Path of Exile too. I love that game. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, if anybody's watching, you know, don't forget to check out my first YouTube video. It is a retrospective on Kingsfield, the very first From Software game. Came out in 1994, and I really enjoyed playing it. Because it came out in 1994, it is quite old and has a lot of dated features and design, of course. In kind of if you look at it the way that it came out the same year as the Elder Scrolls 1 Arena, then actually it is quite impressive. Because even though the Elder Scrolls Arena was a very big game, it was mostly what are they? Oh my god, I can never. Oh man, my mind is just blanking right now. It was mostly not randomly generated, but God, I can't believe I can't remember what this is. Procedurally generated. There we go. Holy crap, that was like one of the longest brain farts I've had in a while. But yeah, so it was. So the Elder Scrolls Arena was a procedurally. My mind keeps thinking strategically for, but it was a procedurally generated game, Arena, and Kingsfield was not. So I think that if you look at it like that, plus Kingsfield had a good deal better graphics. It was actually three-dimensional, and Arena, while it had a 3D perspective, a lot of the sprites were 2D. A lot of that game was still 2D, kind of in like a 3D world. But the view distance was like nothing in Arena. It was you know, there's a lot of, like, you look back at that game, and that is an incredibly dated game. It's still really fun. I quite like the first 2 Elder Scrolls games. They're really, actually, the first 3 Elder Scrolls games I'm a huge fan of. But I think Kingsfield was actually a very well-made game. And it had a lot of cool designs that I don't think were really commonplace back then. There was, like, no tutorial. Actually, I think that was pretty commonplace back then, because people would buy a game and get a physical game manual with that game. I know it's completely unheard of today, but back then, us, especially when I was a young kid in the late 90s, back then, we'd be driving home with our parents, and we'd open up the game case and start looking through the instruction manual, because the instruction manuals had how to play the game, what the story is. Like, it had a lot of important components to the experience you were about to have, especially pre cutscenes and anything like that. Cutscenes were a thing that was developed later on. So pre-cutscenes, it was a lot of the story had to happen in game manuals. It's like playing the very original Zelda game. Came out in 1989, I believe. And maybe even earlier. I can't remember what the year is. That was one that I've never actually really got into. But yeah, so that game had a lot of it had the entire story in the game manual, and I think it had a lot of hints too, so you couldn't really find your way too well unless you read that, or were just, knew what you were doing, or were really smart. But, well, even then, it's like a lot of the stuff wasn't, like, super intuitive. So yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing back then. I know a lot of younger people today don't remember that, or weren't alive for those days. But I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago, on the release of, like Zelda Ocarina of Time. I was a bit old, a bit years old. I don't know if I want to get into the exact intricacies of my date of birth yet, because then I'll have trouble denying it later. Denying my age. In case I want to pretend I'm younger. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to come and chill tonight. That's okay. It doesn't need to happen. But I would then, if it's going to be a quiet night, I'm probably going to continue to work on my YouTube video. But we'll see. I'll play for an hour. I really hope that I get the Baldur Side Sword in that time. Damn, those delayed attacks. Hard to parry. So I'm going to sneak up. Oh, never mind. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but the enemies can actually hear you in this game. It's sound-based, so if you're not walking from far enough away, they'll turn around and detect you. But if you do start walking, you make a lot less noise. And I think the only reason they really detect you when you're walking is if you essentially touch their backs, which is